And so, guys, like they was trying to say before, if you just scrape the knife around the peanut butter jar and then all up around it and that shit out of nowhere, it then ends up looking like a dick. While you're just trying to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So then the question is just like, do you end up feeling like it's suckable? Do you feel like you want to have racial sex? Like, what's the deal now with peanut butter dick? That's the one thing that's been on a lot of people's minds.
Well, technically it is nut butter.
Wow.
Just being honest.
That was a lot better than the first take we did of this.
What first take? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Cue the intro.
Growing up and growing old, don't you feel the time moving forward every morning when we rise? If only we could make it right before the sun says goodnight.
Hello, everybody! Welcome back to What Grinds Our Gears, the podcast owned by Ramby and Dunstop with family, where you guys may have noticed the amazing, the incredible, why do I see like a bunch of beer cans stacked up like the pyramids of Egypt right now on the table?
I don't know what you're talking about. I just see clothes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hubs has returned!
Hola! I have returned.
From Mexico, apparently.
I was hiding out.
He was hiding out. He got like a bunch of like gains on him. He's like super ripped right now.
If that would definitely make Jenny happy.
And as always, guys, you got me. It's V. I'm here to just hold down the fort because I don't own this podcast. It's owned by Hubs and Jenny. I just host it to hold down the fort. And last but not least, we of course have the amazing, the wonderful, the always artsy and fantastical Britt from Brittopia. Britt, you are
that's
back
me.
on the stage.
Why, hello, everyone.
With
Welcome
all
to
of
the podcast.
Brits, Britopians.
Britt's
Yes.
Britopians.
One day we will be so popular that we're going to overtake everything.
One day. However, though, guys, interesting thing that happened when we were trying to get our mics on. So Clancy's come up to me, and I'm just like trying to get in the mood. I'm like listening to Tech 9 because that's me. And then Clancy just like, hey, V, you got a minute to talk? No. Great. So there's this whole thing about where I know it's like your third season finale. You guys trying to plan out season 4. It's like, yes, get the fuck out. No. So here's the thing. If you guys don't get at least one like on any of these parts, you guys gonna get canceled.
Oh, fuck.
Wait a second. That's a podcast. You can't get canceled. It's free.
Shh.
Oh.
I mean, Aaron might not be getting paid, but I sure am. So,
What?
Yeah. Did you not fill out the application, man? What's wrong with you?
You guys are getting paid?
Welcome to the office. Where's the music?
But, so, yeah, Clancy's just kind of getting in our asses about this. I'm just like, I had nothing to really say about this because we got, like, another podcast we could do called Talking Dicks, so it doesn't really bother me that much. But if you guys want to leave a like around any of these parts, that's cool. We can keep the show going because we got a lot of stuff planned. Today, I only was trying to remember 2 things that happened recently thanks to me scrolling on YouTube at the last second because we're totally professional. Is this weird thing about how a former Twitch streamer abused the ghost channel thing to stream porn?
Oh, yeah. That was interesting.
I didn't hear about that. Leave it to gamers though, right? To find a way to stream porn in any way possible. You know what? I have something for you. How about this fucking what's her name? Belle Delphine selling bathwater.
Yeah, that's another weird. We got 2 things for y'all.
I mean, that's
Streaming
kind of
porn
news, but,
on Twitch.
I mean, that's totally
and selling
relevant still.
bathwater to dudes. Which do you want to go with first?
Okay, so first of all, I'd like to say, Belle Delphine. Yeah, touche. I have to say touche because, well, duh.
Have you seen her promo ad video for that bathwater?
I didn't even know who she was until I fucking heard this news. And then I was like, wait, are you serious? So I had to see if it was actually real. And yeah, it's real. I mean, well, the label's real. It's not real
bathwater.
bathwater.
It was real either until one of my friends was like, you know what? Instead of like having a bunch of dudes just send me dick pics and just say all this stuff, I'll just actually send them my bathwater for like $50. I'm like,
that's what I told Jenny. I'm
the
like, just
fuck?
start selling the fucking bathwater out of the sink. How are they gonna know the difference? Right? Like, and no, so one of these geeks actually bought the bathwater. I'm a geek too, so I can say that. One of these geeks actually bought the bathwater and had it DNA tested. It's not even bathwater. It's just fucking tap water. Yes, it's tap water.
Of course it is, but the sad thing is, he tried to get it DNA tested.
Yeah, but honestly though, think about this.
I mean, he was very motivated to find out. I would be too, honestly.
Think about this though. How many baths would she have to take a day in order to keep that supply and demand up?
I mean, a tub can hold, what, like 200 pounds of a person? If you're like lying down in it and shit.
Yeah, but
so imagine the water though.
So like,
and those containers were only like, I don't know, maybe like what, 16 ounces or something?
Around that.
Yeah.
Seen how many followers she has?
Oh yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah, I found that out the hard way.
So a 200-gallon tub isn't gonna last very long.
No.
There are a lot of pervs out there.
Oh, I know. I've heard a lot of them say over the years, girl, I like you so much I could drink your bathwater. That's what probably inspired that. Years of thirsty dudes being like, I could drink her bathwater. Turned like, I could turn this into profit for a bunch of lonely, thirsty dudes.
And I mean, I don't know
rent.
how much. I don't know how much she's selling it for. But so when I was in
$30.
high school, are you fucking kidding me?
What?
No. Yeah, she was selling it for $30, and then she, well, I don't know if it was a parody. I heard it was a parody, but apparently she was trying to sell her piss too for $1,000. Yeah, the bathwater was $30.
A container,
Not even
like
tax, just straight
container.
$30.
Like, okay.
What?
So, when I was in high school, bottled water had just come out.
Right.
And I thought it was insane that they were charging people for fucking water.
It still is.
And oh, Jesus Christ, Britt, this just tied into what you just fucking said.
Oh my god!
Did you hear what Jenny said?
I didn't.
She said, does anybody want my pee? I'll be in a cup.
You heard it here, folks. By Jen's
Britt
piss.
was just talking about
By
it.
Jen's piss, a property of What Grinds Our Gears, the
Hey.
podcast.
Like Jenny says, it's probably mostly caffeine and sugar.
Sponsored
so that
home.
stuff's probably sweet.
Organic.
Sweet as fuck.
Organic
Totally
piss.
organic. And it's sterile. Oh yeah. That's it. That's our new scheme. We ain't selling bathwater, folks.
We selling piss.
You can call this what is it? Selfina brew?
Sulfino,
God.
yes.
Took
We're
24
gonna sell
hours
it
to make.
alongside boob corn
Oh,
and salty balls
salty balls and Trump spray.
with
You ever feel
boob
like
corn.
a podcast just goes a completely different direction? Yeah, me too.
Hey, it went the completely right direction, Britt. You know.
Because it was
I guess.
inspired by
Oh,
a
it's
girl
right.
that took the tired old phrase of thirsty dudes and actually turned a profit. I can't even hate it because
No.
it's a bunch of thirsty dudes' fault that this is a product.
Exactly. That's why I said touche instead of anything else. You know, like, I mean, me and Jenny hate those gamers out there that they literally they're only putting themselves out there so they can be noticed for boobs and skin, right?
Casey
And then they
Trump.
later go on to porn, and you're like, see, saw that coming.
Knee hole slot.
She's actually figured out a way to make it profitable and not have to stick a dick inside of her.
Or do scissoring. I mean, there's lesbian porn too.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, as much as I hate it, and loathe it. At the same time, I'm like,
This is smart as
you're
shit.
right. You're right. It worked. I can't even fucking argue. Cam girls, yes. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's another form of selling your body, which I guess, strippers have been doing it for decades. I really can't complain.
I can't really hate the hustle. That's the thing.
Right. To each their own, whatever. Fuck, there's an audience for everybody, right? Well, except for cannibals. There's not an audience for them, I'd hope.
No. If it's anything like that, it's like, oh, you looking tasty tonight. Oh, thank you. Ah, bitch!
He's looking tasty
You know what?
tonight.
Due to recent events involving Mr. Epstein and the pedophile ring that exists in Hollywood that Corey Feldman called out, 3, 4, 5 years ago, and everybody laughed at him for?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a cannibal ring somewhere in America.
There's like
There's
like 17 of them in Europe.
Yeah, I mean, I just watched this thing on fucking Netflix about the technology that America is actually supposed to have. We're actually like 150 years behind technologically where we should be.
I'm not surprised.
That's because we're too busy being either A, stupid, B, overly sexual at the wrong things, or C,
Pokemon.
or C, just trying to be overly racist and picky and demeaning each other for the stupidest fucking reasons.
That is by design, actually. That has been by design since the 1920s? 1920s?
Sounds about right.
I'd have to go back and look. But no, do you have Netflix?
I do.
I do too.
The show is called Unacknowledged. And I didn't really pay attention to it because it's in the documentary section, but it's right next to like Ancient Aliens.
Oh!
So
like the Ancient Aliens guy, like the big hair of like... Dude.
Right, but he's not in it. But,
Damn it.
But I clicked on it, and no, seriously, these are all like former government agents.
Mm-hmm.
After a Freedom of Information Act was released, and they got actual files and paperwork. The guy that like hosts, he doesn't host the show, but he's the main like interviewee. Yes, actually has like documents showing that there was a hit put out on JFK and a hit put out on Marilyn Monroe by the CIA.
Sounds about right.
And there's a secret clandestine. They don't even have a name. And now that I'm putting this out there on the internet, I should probably cover my...
Damn it, Aaron!
No, but there's a secret. They don't even have a name, but they basically run everything. And they have... So one of... Who was it? The CEO of Lockheed Martin Skunk Works? Yes. Said that... and he said this in the 70s, V. He said this in the 70s. They have the technology, or anything you've seen in Star Trek or Star Wars, they already have, and it exists, and it's better.
Oh, I already knew that.
So, who's fucking worried about anybody taking guns? Because they're just gonna vaporize your ass.
I'm just more interested in the idiots still thinking that they can run into Area 51 and not get shot on the spot.
You know what?
I'm ready to see the news on that.
You know what? I think it's going to be a Woodstock version 2.0. But he's already changed the name of it. The guy that created the joke meme has changed the name to Alien Stock.
Wow.
It better be because they canceled the real anniversary of Woodstock, those bastards.
Well, every time they try to do another Woodstock, it ends up disastrous because they charge you for water instead of giving you water. Woodstock's supposed to be a love fest, not a fucking consumer fest. Right?
You know, it's fine. It's fine. I'm going to buy some bathwater. We're going to be fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Belle Delphine's bathwater should sustain me for the next 7 days.
It's not for consumption, though, boys. Come on now.
Immediately, I turn into Cartman from the episode where he's fucking hooked on World of Warcraft.
But speaking of
stuff
right. Involving World of Warcraft and gaming, so in Twitch news, former Twitch streamer Ninja apparently misused the ghost protocol of his channel by streaming porn for an undetermined amount of time on not only his channel but another formerly famous Twitch streamer simultaneously streamed porn on Twitch. At the same time, they were trying to ease up on the standards of Twitch, even though they have mods that are trying to approach female streamers for nudes.
So wait, you mean the sissy ninja?
Yes.
Who whines and complains every time he gets beat like a fucking 2-year-old.
Yes.
And he gets beat fair and square. And then when somebody beats him, they troll his ass because he's ninja.
Yes.
Yes.
And, like, he wasn't supposed to expect that.
Yes.
Because he's fucking famous and that shit's gonna happen.
Yes.
What's your point, Aaron? Just kidding.
B said he's a former Twitch streamer.
He went to Mixer.
He went to Mixer.
Wait, did you not know that, Aaron?
No, I don't follow fucking Ninja. He's a baby.
Well, I don't follow him either. But
I
he's all
don't
over
either.
my
This is just
Twitter
stuff that the news feed gave me for no fucking reason about ninjas going to Mixer. I'm like, yeah, that's great. About the stuff in the real world. So apparently Jake Paul got married. I said real world.
So okay, when I see the word gamer,
yes,
I picture somebody that plays everything, like SpongeBob. Imagination. Everything. They play RPGs. They play fucking first-person shooters. They play everything. They're not. Okay, my point is, Ninja is not a fucking gamer.
Nope.
He plays Fortnite for a living. That's what he does.
Pretty much.
You're not wrong.
Right?
You're not wrong.
That is a person who plays a game. Now, a gamer would be someone like Jenny or myself,
or
who play
any of us in this
genres
whole entire
of
podcast, really.
Right, exactly. Any of us. A gamer is someone who loves games, multiple, not exploiting one. I mean, I get the whole thing. I get exploiting something to earn a living, but I'm not young enough anymore.
Nor do I give a shit about Fortnite.
Right. I mean, me and Jenny still stream Minecraft every now and again, or 7 Days to Die even.
But those are games that have like the creative value to do inventive stuff. Fortnite is just like, we're gonna build up this tower, and
well, my issue is the streaming one game only. I mean, I know I can't complain too much because me and Jenny have been playing this game called Days Gone for the past 2 weeks now.
And I've been guilty of playing a lot of Judgment for like 2 to 3 weeks straight.
But that game is really good, and we haven't beaten it yet.
Me with Judgment, I'm still like a few chapters shy.
So, yeah, I'm going to stream it, but I'm not going to make money off of it, and I'm not, certainly if I did start making money off of it, I'm not going to restart the fucking game to play it all over again.
God, no.
You know?
I mean, I'd be very burnt out. I get burned out on just doing a stream series sometimes, especially if it's a trilogy.
Yeah, that does get a little bit of repetitive.
Also, when I see the the word gamer, I don't see like professional or expert or this is my fucking career. It's someone who loves games, period. It doesn't matter if you're good at them or not, as long as you love them, right? And you enjoy them.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, eventually you get good, or at least good enough, right? Because otherwise you wouldn't be beating the games. But, like, I have never been one to play Mortal Kombat and then hit all the fucking combos. I just can't do it. I'm the fucking button masher. I'll learn a few, or try to, but my brain just cannot contain all the button combinations to master everybody's fucking moves.
Yeah,
it's just too
fuck
big.
that.
I have to spend like 3 days playing as one character just to get half their moves down, and then I could do a fatality, right? And that's nonstop gameplay. But I'm still a gamer because I still love the game as well as other games. I'm not gonna sit and just play one. I can't stand it. I don't know how anybody could sit and watch somebody play Fortnite over and over and over and over, or any game over and over and over and over and over for years straight. Because that's how long this has been going on, right?
Seems like it, yeah.
Ninja hasn't just popped up.
Nah.
I think he's been doing it for 8 years, I think is what I read an article about.
And then he got even more
Fortnite.
famous when Drake and a few other rappers hopped on the stream with him.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Drake joined him on streaming too.
But what did he play before Fortnite? Because Fortnite wasn't available 8 years ago.
Okay,
From what
Google.
I can assess, it's like first-person shooters exclusive.
So probably like the Call of Duty genre, Battlefield, any of those games, huh?
Probably. I don't like Ninja enough to keep track of him because I'm like, he has a very punchable face.
It's his attitude that does it for me. It's not so much the way he looks. I've seen the videos, you know, you're a famous dude and you're streaming and somebody better than you comes on, not only kills you, but destroys you, and then just fucking completely just hunts you down for the rest of the game. I can understand how that pisses you off. Instead of crying like a baby on the stream and freaking out, and then purposefully trying to get that person banned. Like, he wasn't like hunting him down, like he wasn't targeting him. Is that how I say it?
Yeah.
He wasn't targeting him specifically. It was he and this other guy would end up the final 3, final 4, final 5 left, and then they would run into each other, and he'd just kill Ninja and the Yakuza.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. Apparently, us talking about Ninja caused everything to crash in the studio, so we had to punch Clancy in the face. And I know you're about to ask, V, why did punching Clancy in the face do anything? It made me feel better. So...
And not many people know this. I mean, I don't even know if you know this. He is actually a cybernetic organism that is human skin, living tissue. So he can actually hack with his mind.
Fucking
Into the
Clancy.
system. Just like that.
Anyway, so I know we were going on like a tangent about the person himself, but let's get into the meat of the story about Twitch not doing anything about the porn being on its server.
So they didn't do anything about it.
Not to my knowledge. They're just like, oh, well, I'm sure nothing bad's gonna happen. Oh, a lot of reports. We gotta do something now.
So is it still there?
To my
So wait a
knowledge,
second,
no.
Hold on. Okay. 2-part question.
Yes,
This happened and Twitch did nothing.
correct.
Number 2. This happened to a famous Twitcher.
Famous
That's what I'm gonna
Twitch.
start calling him. I'm a Twitcher too. Famous Twitcher and no repercussions.
Nope.
No media coverage, no nothing.
Nope. Well, maybe just a little coverage.
Well, it didn't come across my feed. You
Wait,
know, and
now I'm confused. Now I feel like we're talking about two different people, because I'm thinking of a
still
cat
talking
thrower.
about- I'm still talking about he who shall not be named.
He, okay.
Yes.
I was thinking of a female, particularly, but
no.
yeah.
We could still say her name. Her name's Belle. She's just selling bathwater.
Oh my god.
Like she's selling at Coachella, everybody. You thirsty for
I didn't
some
say
action?
anything negative. Be admitted. We can't even argue because
It's a solid hustle. You can't
Yes.
argue.
Yeah, we already had established that.
But
So-
as for this thing with Twitch and this porn thing, because this is not just his channel, but there was also a female Twitch streamer that had her ghost feed with pornography.
so I guess, and nobody has suffered repercussions. Nothing has been done. So but he's no longer on Twitch, so you can't just go on and start watching this stuff, right?
Correct.
So he's on a different platform altogether now.
All
yeah.
correct.
So, but yet Twitch did nothing about it. They didn't change it. So right now I could go on Twitch, and if I knew how to use a ghost feed, which I don't because I'm apparently computer illiterate, I could do the same.
If you had the leverage that he and a few others...
No. So what you're saying now is his celebrity made it possible for this to happen. Because that was what I was going to get into, was if I could do this, would I be punished?
If you were famous, no. If you were just a regular nobody, you and Jenny would have your channel gone like that.
Because I could see some lawsuits coming very soon, man. You know what I mean?
Mostly from porn stars, just like, you leaked my what? You know how many dicks I had to suck for this?
No, it wasn't me leaking anything of you. It was you leaking all over things.
I was paid $400 for that scene.
You were very leaky that day.
I was paid $400 to squirt, okay?
Miss Trapmaster.
I wish I was joking, but certain females that I know that do porn are just like, yeah, I have to charge like $400 to squirt on camera.
Whatever gets you off.
Whatever gets them off.
Or whatever finishes it.
Hey-o!
Ah.
Oh. No,
Wow.
you know, just once, I'd like to see one of these fucking porn parodies, and something like, okay, you get to the climax and everything happens, and then there's just some dude in the corner with a fishing lure, like, oh, I'm reeling that one in. That one's stanky.
Oh my god. The imagery. Why? Why did you
You
paint
can
me
see
with
a
this?
fish. You've got the little hat on with all the hooks and the vest.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
Oh, it'd be fucking hilarious. Like they're trolling themselves. But at the same time, it would make the female lead feel pretty bad, I guess. That would be pretty, wouldn't it? Can't do that.
But still, from all the stuff we've discussed today, from just the whole bathwater situation of like how great of a hustle that is for women, and for this stuff of the ghost feed, and I'm not even gonna touch on like Twitch moderators that run the site hitting up female streamers for nudes.
Oh my god.
It just seems like one side of this whole discussion is like, ladies, there's a new avenue for money. If guys are sending dick pics, just be like, listen, man, how about instead of you trying to be this thirsty, you drink my bath water for like $30?
You know, in today's climate, and I know we've talked about the Belle Delphine thing and gamers in general, but I feel like in today's climate with the, you know, I guess you could say like post Me Too.
Yeah.
Because it happened and then it was big and it's still kind of happening, but it's more and more
dying down.
Well, it's actually being scrutinized for what it should be. Like how many of these are actual claims and how many of these are just
like
and the Me Too works both ways. It works for men and women. Okay, it doesn't just work for women. It started a movement, which is why it was called the Me Too movement, right? But it started to finally what is it called? Due process started taking, you know, action. True stories started coming out instead of the reactionary tales, right? So, and a lot of them were true, and a lot of them are tragic. But you know, they're with everything, you're gonna have a schemer somewhere, right? Whether it's man or woman. So, I feel like in today's climate and the way that the things are, I feel like if, let me put it this way. Weinstein, everybody knows that name now, right?
Yep.
Famous Hollywood executive. He was raping A-list actresses in return for favors, right?
Correct.
It's still rape, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they got something in return for that rape, correct?
Yeah, a lot
So,
of big time rolls.
Let me put it this way. Just recently I had heard, or I'd kind of been following this. He had put in a motion, his lawyers put in a motion to dismiss all the charges against him. Well, hello.
Hello.
There we go.
Overwatch.
Anyways, his lawyers had just recently put in a motion, and by recently I say a few months ago,
Right.
because that's how long these things take. A motion to dismiss all charges because the pleasure that he received was rewarded with jobs and with incentives. Therefore, it was consent because they accepted the terms. Rape is rape, regardless of what the terms are. When you're being held hostage, the terms of the agreement don't fucking matter. But in the eyes of the court of law, it does matter. Right?
Right.
It does matter. So to these girls, these cam girls and these gamer girls out there, and anybody else, I focus on girls because they're mostly the mostly victimized, right? Think about it before you take that pill. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel
because you don't know what you're consenting to or what you're not consenting to in reality. What in the hell is going on, Britt?
Overwatch.
I don't know.
It sounds like you're being swallowed by a monster.
Overwatch.
It's Overwatch.
With many tentacles.
I mean, that's what we have in the whole entire studio itself.
I know, we're just the spaghetti.
I mean, there is a Moira, but let me trade freaking devices again. Goddamn.
I saw your picture pop up for a moment. I thought I could see. Well, I can see myself now.
Yeah.
All right, but you know what I mean. You got to be careful.
You do. I'm not gonna lie. I agree with all your points, but at the same time, I'm also seeing how there's little change being done, and it bothers me.
Well, that's the thing. I think it upsets me more to see girls falling into this and doing it, and they get successful and something bad happens to them, and then they cry foul when all the warning signs were there in the beginning. It makes everything that has progressed for the Me Too movement and for people, victims in general, men, women, everybody, all victims in general, to come forward and actually tell their stories. It's like it makes it harder for them when shit like this is still going on.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I became a stripper to pay for my college, right? I became a stripper to pay for my college. And, okay, well, that's fine, right? We've all accepted that by now. But then you start giving blowjobs in the VIP room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, how far is too far? And then after you start giving those blowjobs in the VIP room because those tips are fucking nice, right? I mean the money tips.
Sure.
And then you turn around and try to sue your employer because he allowed it to happen. Like, wait a second. There were like how many hundreds of times you could have said no. That ain't right.
You raise a lot of good points there, Hubs. Unfortunately, part 1 has to stop right here because we gotta go into the promotional song of the week.
Ba-doop-boo-doo.
Dream like the street life, a ghost town. We made a movie, she camera ready, now roll sound.
Should be drinking more water, lady, please. We got something to feed. You will always be something, I will be me.